Yes, please. You've done this before if you've been fit for glasses error. If you just hold that from the side like a pair of binoculars, let that rest on your nose, and stare straight ahead at the light. Perfect. That's it. Thank you. All right. Let me just kind of make my notes as I go along.
Yeah, Karen wound up going to
well, you'll put your glasses on and then you'll put eSight on after that, yeah.
I'll go ahead and put them on.
Okay, perfect. And then your controller, you can go ahead and grab that if you like. I'm just going to run through the different buttons with you. So on the face of the controller, there are 5 buttons: north, south, east, and west. You can feel each one of ththose with sort of a little nub on there. Yeah. There's also a button in the center for the menu. We won't use it so much during demo, but just kind of want you to know that it's there. Really, the one you'll use the most is this north button here. If you get dialed in with certain levels of zoom and contrast and all these other features, and you just want to return to the default settings, you just hit the north button to take you home. Okay. On the left side of the controller, there's a wheel up towards the top, like actually on the physical side.
Oh, up here.
There you go. So that is your zoom wheel. You can roll away from you up and magnify up to 24 times. Roll it back towards you to make the image a little bit smaller. On the opposite side, there are 2 wheels. There is your contrast wheel here, so you can roll that backwards or forwards to make the image you're looking at more or less saturated. In addition to these wheels rolling, they do another function where you can push in on them for certain things. So if you were to push, I know, don't get overwhelmed yet. So if you were to push in on that button, you would start a series of 7 different filters, like the black on white, white on black, yellow, blue. You may be familiar with some of those contrast filters from other devices, possibly. We'll get to it, no worries. And then there is a wheel just below that. That is your focusing wheel. We set eSight to be up in autofocus. That just kind of helps to fine-tune it a little bit, but we'll cross that bridge once we come to it. All right, let me go ahead and get us powered on here. And I'm going to attach our headset to the tablet.
And of course, we're just doing this in the demo too, because when you get them, you don't stay attached to.
No, yeah. You certainly could if you wanted to. It attaches through Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all that. This is just really more as an aid for me, if anything else, so I can kind of talk you through the different functions.
I have a friend in Orlando who is anxious to see how this visit goes.
Cool.
Now, do people use these like when they're walking long distances, like a hike or anything like that?
You know, that varies person to person. When I'm in Charlotte doing demos, I have a young lady who has Stargardt syndrome, which is the juvenile form of macular degeneration. She comes to volunteer to do demos and kind of talk about her experience as an eSight user. She generally will tell clients that she's not a fan of walking around in them, but she's prone to motion sickness. That being said, I also did a demo for a client. He was in high school. He had sudden onset of visual issues, and he used to be a sprinter before that. He wanted to go back to running. So when I asked him towards the end of his demo, is there anything else you want to try? He wanted to run up and down my hallways. And he did it successfully. So it really depends on the user, I think. So,
okay.
Alrighty, so let me hand you these. I'm going to come alongside of you here. There's a little strap that we're going to kind of bring around the back of your head here just to get you clipped in. Helps distribute the weight.
I might not have to have the other glasses.
It feels extra clunky with that under there. And we can try it both ways, but I sort of have a feeling that with your prescription you might get more of a benefit.
All right, what are we doing with this strap?
This is the forehead band, so that should rest up there. Very good.
She said there was a way to deal with these clips too on the nose.
It is adjustable there. Let's take a look and see.
I'm like, not quite.
Pardon me for getting all up in your business.
That's okay. I'd rather you be in my business and make it look right than...
Yeah, I think with the glasses underneath it, that's about the best fit that we can expect from here. Okay, so eSight has your 2 tilt positions. There's your biopic position, which gives you use of your natural prescription, any peripheral that you've got.
Gotcha.
And then there's fully immersed, where you can turn the cameras downward. I'll let you go ahead and do that. And so the first thing we're going to do...
I can't.
My nickname was Jordy.
Yeah,
Jordy's from Star Trek.
Perfect. So we're going to look in the direction of the chart. You're going to grab your controller here.
Okay.
And the first thing that you'll do...
All right, chart, where do you go?
First thing you'll do is find your zoom wheel on the left side of the controller.
I'm looking for the chart. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is what this right here, right?
Yep. So you'll want to roll that away from you. Just 1 or 2 clicks at first, just to sort of slowly bring it into focus there. I'm going to help sharpen you up there just a bit. There we go. Oh, had it.
Yeah, because I'm a little out of focus again. I was reading it and then it disappeared.
You have to tilt your head down a little bit.
No, I've got one line in view.
Hang tight for me just a second. Let me...
Now, what is there's a focus button here on the right, right?
Yeah, I'm overriding that for you real quick.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you back to normal settings here. Okay, there we go. So now you can continue to zoom back in there. I think we just had something dialed in from the last user.
Do it away, right?
Yep, so roll away from you just a bit. Can you make out anything on the top line?
Oh, yeah.
What you got?
5, 1, 6, 2, 3.
Yes!
Second line, 4, 3, 4, 3, 6, 9, 7. Let me go 1 click and see here what happens. Oh, I lost it. There it is. 43097.
Very good. And you can sharpen that some. I'm going to pause you here just for a second. So like I said,
I just want to see how far down I can go.
I know. I want to get you there. So
I can see the next line. 615483.
Perfect. Yes. Yeah,
Sorry.
very good.
My head kind of wiggled a little. Oh my God.
Very good. You're doing great. That was the 2025 line.
All right, folks. I need $10,000. And then I think the next line is 42. Let's see if I can focus that a little bit better.
So
42.
let me help you sharpen it up just a little bit.
95387.
Very good. I'm going to pause you here while you're on that line.
Okay.
So on the right side of the controller, the bottom wheel, that's your focus wheel. It's not as sensitive as the zoom is, so you can go ahead and roll that towards you, and it should sharpen it up. And you'll hear the monitor say focus nearer or focus further. That's just to kind of sort of fine tune it a bit.
And I tell you, it's really hard, too, when you're wearing them over top of your glasses.
Yeah.
And Karen had said, oh, snap.
There you go. That's what I was trying to get you to do.
Yeah, oh, snap. That's what you wanted to hear. I hear that. Golly. Now, the line below that, I can almost see it. I see the second one is 3, but it's...
So the line you're trying to read is the 2010
now
line.
we got 9, 3. Holy moly. 9, 3, 8, 7, 4, 6, 1, 5, 2.
I can hardly read it from back here.
You aced it.
Holy moly.
So remember, your north button will take your settings out if you want to look at something else in the room.
What I'd like to try to do is look at a computer screen. So that's my big thing, is working with a computer screen.
Okay.
So I set everything. I guess that set everything back.
Yeah.
North.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you do with making details out on people's faces normally? Can you see? Not so much.
Body language is an issue.
Okay. You want to have a look at this handsome fellow, see if he can't make his face out a little clearer?
No, he might be ugly. And then I'll say I got a bum deal.
You don't want to ruin it.
And then, I've been on television and I told people he was cute, and so I might have to renege on that. Get the camera down. Maybe I should look at your face.
How about me? I'm a stranger. Would you be able to describe me to someone after meeting me?
Kind Kinda, sorta, but not really.
Okay.
I mean, I know you have blonde hair, but then again, that's not fair because I saw you beforehand.
Yeah. So you have nothing dialed in right now, so you would probably want to zoom in just a little bit closer.
Now that's away from me, right?
Yep. So you roll the wheel away from you. Does that help at all? Can you tell eye color?
I see. No eye color yet. Still no eye color. Should I try to focus? I mean,
you are in focus. That much I can
All
see.
right.
Yep. So really, that's just going to bring it closer. You may be able to see. It's going to be a little bit more magnified.
I still can't see your eye color. And I'm wondering if part of the problem is the bright lights overhead.
Okay.
I'm thinking that has more to do with it than anything else.
Yeah.
Now, I really don't care about eye color.
Yeah, I can't tell the eye color either. The light in here.
It's probably the
I think it's the light.
How do you do with reading small print?
Horrible.
All right, let's give it a go. So, very good. You've hit the north button. So, if you'll tilt your screens up for me, can you see the top line at all with just your glasses? Or you, in all fairness, you would take them off, right?
I would, no. Well, for that far away from me, I would take them off. It's when it's real small, I have to take it off to get real close.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so this says my father, I can read the top line. My father asked me to help the two men carry the box inside. When you get down below that, it's like 3 of my something or others that never been to a... So, and the only reason I'm getting that is because I've learned how to fake fitting things together. So, I do have trouble with this one.
Okay. Well, let's flip your headset down and see if you can't get any clearer.
But that's as far down. Did I get them back in place? No, there we go. Like Karen said, there's a little bit of a learning curve. All right, so
now you're in default settings. So the first thing you'll do is add a little bit of magnification. And then I think here we'll try to play with some of the filters here for contrast and see if it is any more comfortable to read. So before we get too small, on the right side of the controller, the top wheel, if you'll push that in one time. So there's about 7 different filters here.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's extra bright white with the black print. If you continue to push it again, you'll go through your different filters.
I'm in love now with the black on black is like my
I had a feeling that's where we were going to go. You probably just want to stay here for this.
Yeah, I probably do because I hate black on white print.
Gotcha.
And then I can do 3 of my friends had never been to a circus before today.
Perfect.
Let's see if I can get it. Aha, down lower. My grandfather has a large garden with fruit and vegetables.
Perfect.
And then he told a long story about ducks before his son, young girls, sing in the morning. Now, it's a little bit, let's see, it's a little bit, what do you call it?
Grainy?
No, that's what I'm looking for. But I'm loving it. It's a little shaky, and I guess, again, that's the learning curve. You just got to get...
Yeah.
That's your head.
So the more magnified you are, the more sensitive you'll be to that. I do have a little bit of a workaround around that, too.
Okay.
So do you want to see how low down
I got one more. The young boy...
We could stick her head on a tripod.
There you go. The young boy held his hand high to ask questions in school.
That's 2060. You're doing great.
My brother wanted a glass of milk with the cake after lunch. Oh, my Lord. I do not understand why we... And I need to go one higher. That's away from me.
Yep.
I have to remember that. That's the... Okay. That's fine. Okay. I do not understand why we must leave so early for the play.
2040.
And this one, I don't know how I'm going to do that because it's all blurry. The one down below that.
Let me see.
Should I work with the focus on that?
Yes. So
that is towards me, right? The focus.
So right side of the controller, the lower wheel, roll that towards you just a bit.
It's still flumpy.
Let me see.
It's getting better.
Yeah. Just keep on rolling that towards you just a... There you go. It's not as sensitive as a zoom button is. So yeah, you've sharpened that up a good bit.
It's more than 400 miles from my home to the city.
Perfect.
My head's shaking. Hang on. It's not glasses, it's my head.
That was 2032.
Good. I don't know. I think that's kind of the best I'm going to be able to do.
Well,
this.
let's
Well,
pause
here we
there
go,
because
here
that's
we go,
pretty
here we go.
awesome.
They would love to see you. All right, hang on. I got to get that in focus.
You're way out of focus right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see that.
So
Yeah, it could just be that's it.
no, not at all, because I can sharpen that up for sure. Go ahead and find that line that you were at here. Let me jump in and I'll see if I can sharpen it up a little bit more.
Let's see. When they would love to, isn't that where I was at?
Let's go that way. My controls are backwards on here.
It's getting better. They would love to see, and something went crazy there. Oh, now it's pixelating. They would love to,
That may be about the best that we can get
Yeah.
done in that contrast. Which isn't, that's 2030. That's fantastic.
Well, going from 2,500, and then my correction is supposed to be 2,200. So let's say going from 2,200 down to 2030. I think that's pretty good.
I think so too. I'm going to show you a neat little
Amazing.
trick to eliminate some of that magnification. So if you would hit the home button for me.
The home button is the one
The
in the
north
middle.
button, the
North
top one?
button.
Yep. And so I'm going to have you stare in the direction of the reading chart, and if you'll find the west button on the face of the controller for me, don't hit it just
That's
yet.
this one.
Yep, so you want to try to stay real still when you do this. Just hit the west button when you're good and still. Okay, so what you've just done is taken a frozen image of that. So now it's up on your screens. It's not actually in front of you any longer. So you can do several things from here. First, if you know that you like to read on the black page, go ahead and change your contrast filter. So right side, push it in twice.
That's the one up at the front.
Yep, that's it. So first is extra bright, second is the darker one, and then you'll want to go ahead and magnify it just a little bit. So go ahead and zoom in some.
It went away. All right, now we're at my grandfather.
So what you're going to notice here is you're in head panning mode right now. So you can magnify a little bit more, and you're going to notice it's a lot more stable than it was earlier.
The only thing is, I'm only getting part of the words.
Yeah, I didn't have you go way down towards the bottom. This is just to kind of simulate how this works. Taking a picture of it kind of works. But do you see how you move your head left, right, up, down? How it kind of follows with you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't.
tutoring.
Yeah, it's
So-
yeah. My
Close your
grandfather has a something.
So we've got a 2-inch
Large
sentence in front of you here, but if you
Yeah.
were trying to read like a newspaper or a magazine, this would help you with fluid motion a little bit more because you can just sort of move your head. And some people are self-conscious of that. They don't want to be moving their head all about, so you can actually change over to the trackpad mode. So if you were, and you can do this if you like, if you were to hit the east button on your controller,
That's this
that one there, go ahead and push that one. And so now you can use your finger on this center button. So that center button in between north and south is motion sensitive. And you can change the sensitivity of it. But if you were to roll your finger up or down, left or right on that trackpad, it will move throughout the picture.
Now, what are you talking about over here?
So like if you actually just...
Oh, yeah.
And then if you wanted to switch back to head panning, you just hit the east button again.
Oh, I did something wrong. I clicked it accidentally.
You can hit the north button, just get out of that all entirely. So, there we go.
There's something about fruits and vegetables.
Perfect. You're doing great so far. Yeah.
That is unreal.
Yeah, very cool.
Unreal.
I don't have a computer screen here for you to look at,
I'll
but
flip these up. just a
yeah, of
minute.
course. This is your demo. You can do whatever you like. But you're certainly welcome to look at the iPad on there if that
Okay, here we
helps
go.
you at all.
Well, let's see if I got them down. No,
There you go.
getting them straight is going to be a problem, which y'all will take
Well,
care of that when the...
The biggest problem
Okay.
is that your glasses are sitting behind it. So
Yeah.
that's the most.
It's very awkward fitting.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm trying to remember. So to bring this screen in,
So first thing you'll do is sort of zoom just to magnify it.
yeah.
I wish I had a computer in here for you to kind of look at.
Yeah, I do too. That, I don't know that computers are going to work too well right now. I mean, I can kind of see it, but then again, it's not where I normally sit with a computer. Well, yeah, it is. Okay, let's see. let's see, how do I get this into focus again? That's the button down here on the top.
Yeah, so you just kind of roll that. I can't tell where you're at since we've got the tablet turned off.
Yeah, that's 2. I don't know. It seems like the lights from above are glaring.
Turn them off?
Yeah, let's
Sure.
do that. That might make a big difference. Oh yeah, first icon appears to be FaceTime. Let me see if I can focus this a little bit better. Now that focus is towards me, right?
Towards you from nearer, yes.
Okay.
And you want to give that a good solid couple of rolls there. It's not as sensitive as the zoom button
Okay,
is.
we'll go back there and let's see if we can. It's funny, these things talk to you.
I know, and you can turn that off or higher or lower or however you prefer. I keep it a little on the high
really
end.
bother me.
I keep it on the high
I
end.
can
just so
sort of see the icons. I see that looks like FaceTime is the first one, and then there's a 22, but I can't see what the words underneath it say. So let's see.
Probably want to magnify just
Yeah.
Here we
Don't
go.
feel
Here
bad,
we
Karen.
go.
I can't read it.
I think that says, let's see. See if I can get it into focus. Calendar.
Yep, perfect.
Calendar. And
Yeah.
the next one is photos, camera. Oh, snap. Contacts.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder, my biggest thing is going to be sitting and working at a computer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yep. I met a lady that has a permanent office in this building, and I wonder if she wouldn't be willing to let us just kind of run in her room real quick. Do you mind if I see if she's around?
Sure. Oh, yeah, Tommy,
You're
you
fine.
should have asked.
What's that?
He can cut you out. I'll make sure he cuts you out.
It's okay what's on the screen, right? I can record it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Google.
I didn't want to get anybody's private
They're
information.
recording us, right?
All right.
Just as long as you're
All
not
right,
reading about
so-
anything awkward.
Now, I'm going to take this off my belt because I'm not used to where things are at on it. Maybe I'm taking it off my belt. I don't know. Oh, my Lord, yes.
It's not any flicker from the 200.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
So it looks the same there as it does normally, right? I mean, in terms of no flickering.
And, of course, you got the head issue here. Now, you said that, you can... I wonder how effective the headset would be for... I mean, I can read it. Dr. Elizabeth Sargent.
You did better than me. I can't read it.
Really? Today's Google Doodle. Is that what that says? The Google Doodle?
The Google Doodle.
Google
I'm
Doodle.
impressed.
I do have the text
Accelerates.
minimized as well. I can try to blow it up for you.
No, that's what the glasses will do.
Perfect.
Because this is what I have at home. Because I don't have any of the... I would love to have Zoom text and all that, but I just can't. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I mean, I can kind of read it.
I'm going to put this beside your head, Karen, so the people there can get an idea what size you're looking at from right there.
All right, so I've got to bring it into focus. This is definitely going to have a little bit of a learning curve with it, but overall, I'm really impressed. It says, today's Google Doodle celebrates, and of course, I don't know that word. I can't.
Yeah, none of us
Kata-
know that word. It's
Katakuko,
Katsuko. Katsuko.
geochemist, and
Katsuku,
oceanographer, San Hushashi. In other words, and then it says, of course, my head shakes, so there'll be, like I said, there'll be a little dioxide in seawater. So that's as far as I'm going with it. Because normally, where I would be, I can't see any of that. I would be up here like this, trying to read the computer.
And you're sitting now. Sit back there down, Karen. Let me show you where.
This is
Yeah.
how, and I really can't see it like this.
Now sit back down and get an idea of how far away. Let me back up. People can see how far away you are. Okay, and you can read it.
And from right here, I can.
So I'm going to
I gotta
try to get you
find
a little bit sharper there because you definitely weren't as clear
Yeah.
as you could have been.
Well, I'm getting ready to. I think I'm a little afraid to work with the focus button
Well, it's in autofocus, so a lot of times you don't really need to do much.
Hey, there.
There we go. Let's see. So,
Do you want me to send them back?
there we go.
Oh yeah, here we go. Much better. Today's Google Doodle celebrates
Do y'all know how to get back to
Katsuku.
her
It's
office?
Katsuku.
Okay, they know how to get back. Okay, sounds good.
Sanhu Hashi, the Japanese geochemist and
Just go all the way down the hall.
oceanographer.
Perfect. She said she'll be waiting.
Let's see, I just lost words. Oceanographer San
Hey, just out of
Sushi.
curiosity, I wonder what would happen on a computer screen if you
Made
changed
some of
the
the
contrast filter. If we put
Oh
black
yeah, I
filter
forgot
on,
about the
Yeah.
filter
top
part. Wait a
panel
minute.
on the
Look.
right, push it in twice. I think if you're reading a lot
Now
of
it's all
text,
pixelated.
there you go.
Here we go.
If you're reading a lot of text, that might be helpful. So with this too, you can also change the saturation as well. So that right side of the controller, top wheel, if you roll it towards you once, that's going to take some of that saturation out and make those letters more defined. Or if that seems too much, you can roll it back
here we
away
go.
from you. There you go.
And then today's Google Doodle. Today's Google Doodle celebrates Katsuku Sanhuhashi, a Japanese geochemist and oceanographer. Definitely better. Sanhu made some of the first measurements of carbon dioxide in seawater and later pioneered research measuring radioactive fallout. Is that a hashtag?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. But it's a hashtag.
Hashtag women in STEM.
Damn.
Cool.
Wow.
Awesome. You can hit the north button, take your stuff out there. Thank you, ladies.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Do you want to try to walk with it? See how you do?
I don't think I could walk with them.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think it would be too. I mean, I don't know, but
I think that would be something for like later learning.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Train
don't
yourself.
think
Yeah,
that's-
not the moment.
They felt
I would
terrible.
like. Well,
Okay, so then this would basically be what your unit looks like with the prescription. If you want to give yourself a few minutes to rest, you can.
well, that's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And you know what? It seems to actually
Fit.
fit much better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your glasses were creating an inch difference where it was sitting too far.
Now I want to look at your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can see your eyeballs. I see the eyeball, but I
Yeah.
can't make the color out. You're blinking too much,
Sorry.
lady. Now, I believe your eyes, hazel or brown. Let's
Definitely brown.
see. Let me look at this. Now, which is the focus wheel? It's the one in the back.
Yep, so you would kind of roll that just to sort of sharpen things.
Towards me, right?
Yes. And you want to give it a couple of good rolls on there.
You got your eye closed a little bit again.
Sorry, I've got little almond
There
eyes.
you go. Now I can tell it's brown.
Yes.
Yay!
Awesome. Good stuff.
And I can see like little things on your skin that you don't want people to know
Yeah,
about.
thanks. Don't film that. Please.
And then you're wearing a necklace. I would have never been able to tell you from this distance.
Yeah.
And it looks like it might either be an opal